Today we're talking about time. Timey-wimey. Timey-wimey. Let's imagine you are doing work and your boss or your teacher tells you you have to finish this thing before 5 o'clock. And because you're amazing, you finish at 4:55, 5 minutes before that deadline. You can say, "Whew, I finished on time." Whew, I finished in time. Both are correct, both are good. On time and in time. They both mean not late. They're very, very similar and it's difficult to be wrong. You can't really be wrong when you use these. There is a difference, a tiny one, but there is a difference between them. Let's start with on time. That's easier. It means you're not late, you do something at an appropriate time according to the schedule. Basically, you're not late. An example, you have an interview at 5 o'clock. You arrive 5 minutes before the interview. That's an appropriate time. That's good. Whew, I'm on time. If you arrive at 5 o'clock exactly, remember, this is an interview. Is that an appropriate time to arrive exactly when it starts? Probably no. So in that case, this is not on time. Remember, on time is an appropriate time according to the schedule. However, let's imagine it's a party that starts at 5 o'clock. You arrive 5 minutes before. That's fine. You're on time. You're not late. You arrive exactly at 5 o'clock. That's fine too. You're not late. You're still on time. Even 5 minutes after the party starts. You're still not late. So you're still fine, you're still appropriate according to the time, according to the situation, you're still on time. In time focuses on enough time before something happens. For example, you arrive for your job interview half an hour before it. You have enough time to get a coffee. I feel so tired. I arrived in time to get a coffee before the interview. Again, the focus is on there is enough time to get a coffee before the interview. And you can switch these verbs, that's fine. I'm on time, I'm in time, that's fine. I arrived on time, good. I arrived in time to get a coffee before the interview, that's fine too. So basically, on time and in time, they're so similar. They both mean you're not late, but on time focuses on the appropriate time in a schedule. In time focuses on having enough time before something happens. But in time we use when there isn't a schedule. What does that mean? Here's an example. You ate too much pizza and now you're going to die because of the pizza. But your friend took you to hospital with enough time before you died. So, there's no schedule here. It's just before you died. So, we'll use in time. So it has that feeling of before something bad happened. So, in time, use that one. I got him to the hospital in time. He didn't die. This is great. I got him to the hospital on time. There's no schedule, so don't use on time. Also, if you did it before something bad happens and there was only a little bit of time left, you did it just in time. So if there's no specific time or schedule, like in this example, just before an event, use in time. And that's pretty much the difference. So let's compare both of those in one example. Okay, so you start work at 9 o'clock. You arrive at work at 8:55, 5 minutes before work. It's enough time to get ready, so in time is good. And 8:55, that's an appropriate time. You arrived on time. That's fine too. But if you arrived at 6 a.m., 3 hours before work, well, you're not late, but it's not really the appropriate time according to the schedule. So for this, I wouldn't say you're on time exactly. It's not according to the schedule, but you have enough time for a nap. So you could say, I arrived in time for a nap before work. That sentence works. And finally, this guy is having a party, but oh no, he doesn't have any pizza and the pizza place closes in 20 minutes. So he thinks this: if I run, I can get there in time. Again, the focus is on having enough time. So another way that you could look at this is on time is before something starts. In time could be before something ends, right? Yeah, that works. Kind of. Now try your own examples in the comments. Have you ever had a mad rush to the airport to catch your flight? Did you arrive in time? Are you a uni student? Have you ever not submitted your work or an application on time? Or have you ever done something just in time before something bad happened? Let me know in the comments. Another really common confusion with time is this: I think it's time I went home. And this: it's time to go home. When you want to say, I really should do something, say it like this: oof, it's late. It's time I went home. Notice the past tense here. It's time plus a past tense. Or maybe you're a university student. What's the time? Oh my God, it is really time I started my assignment. Again, I really should do this thing. Maybe there's not much time left. Maybe I'm just really lazy. But when you say it's time with a past sentence, then it's urgent. You need to be fast. But when you just want to say, now is a good time to do this thing. Now is the right time to do this thing. Use it's time with a present tense. For example, you're at a party, your two friends are drunk, but you're bored, you kind of want to go home. You could say this: okay, it's time to go. He's saying it's a good time to go. Not necessarily urgent, there's no rush, no stress. Just that now is a good time. That's it. But then, the security guy, the bouncer, he comes over, he's not happy. He's very angry. Maybe he's going to throw you and your friends out of the club. That's not fun. Now it's more urgent. No. We need to go now. Okay, it's time we left. Now it's urgent. You really should leave. It's time plus a past tense. And that's the difference. In the present tense, it's a good time to do this thing. In the past tense, quick, do it now. There are other optional ways to say these, like it's high time, and it's really old-fashioned, not common. The only example I can think is this one. High time we had a hanging! Notice the past tense. It's high time we had. But like I said, it's really not common, it's very old-fashioned. But you might hear it in very formal settings. Maybe when people talk about politics. For example, it's high time that rich people and corporations paid their fair share in taxes. I added the past tense there because I want to emphasize that this really needs to happen. Or another expression which shows emphasis or maybe frustration is, it's about time. This one is more common. You will actually hear this in daily conversation. You can use it before something happens to say, this should really happen. For example, This guy has been playing video games non-stop for a week. So his friend is frustrated and he wants to say, dude, seriously, stop. He could ask the question, isn't it about time you stopped playing video games? Again, it's emphasis. You really should stop playing video games. But also, if something happened and you want to say, finally, it finally happened. Have you ever been this friend? Two people you know are in a relationship and they're terrible. They're always fighting. They hate each other. And finally, one day they break up. It's a great day. Oh my God, finally they broke up. You could say this. It's about time you broke up. And you could say it is about time. You could say it was about time because this happened in the past. Honestly, no one cares. It's fine. You can say both. And more simply, you could just say about time. You finally broke up. About time. And again, try your own examples using all of that in the comments. For example, maybe you want to send your friend a message. It's about time you got a job, you lazy bum. Or maybe you have two annoying friends who always argue. Is it about time they broke up? Try your own examples in the comments and I'll try and correct you. See you next time.